Yo, what's good? This your boy Derek Branch here, SportsView360.com, covering the New Orleans Saints today. And today I just wanted to provide a first look at this Sunday's opening matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Arizona Cardinals. This is the first game for both teams to kick off the 2025 season in the National Football League. As a matter of fact, tonight, Thursday, as I'm uploading this video, is officially kicks off the 2025 regular season campaign for the National Football League. We kick off tonight with the Dallas Cowboys heading on the road to take on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. And Friday we'll have another matchup. I believe it's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. That game will be played on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. So, 2 nights of football to start the 2025 season. It's kind of a repeat of what they did last year. Game was played. The Friday game was played in Brazil, and I believe this Friday's game will be played in Brazil as well. But today we're talking about the Saints and the Arizona Cardinals. Uh, First game of the season for both teams. A lot of intriguing storylines in this matchup. I believe this is a very underrated game, in my opinion. I know, according to the betting lines, Arizona's the heavy favorite to win this game. If you look at the matchup predictor, according that's been presented by ESPN Analytics, they give the Cardinals a 59% chance of winning this game, and the Saints 40.6% chance of winning. So a lot of people believe that the Saints have no chance of winning this game. But we'll see how it all play out this Sunday when everything kicks off. Because once Sunday comes down, comes through, and to kick it off, we no longer have to speculate. We no longer have to guess or read somebody from ESPN or any other websites previews. Even myself, even read their previews and their power rankings on where this team is and all that. We finally get to see what the New Orleans Saints will actually look like, and it'll probably more than sure that the Cardinal fans feel that way as well. If you look at their roster, in my opinion, the Cardinals have a really good team on paper, especially against the Saints as well. Arizona just looks like the better team, you know. And we're finally going to get to see what Kellen Moore's offense is going to look like. Because, in my opinion, if we're being honest, during the preseason, we really didn't get to see a whole lot of what Kellen Moore can do with this football team. We don't know how we really don't really we really didn't know don't know how he's going to incorporate his scheme with the current set of Saints players that's on the roster right now. We saw what happened in Philadelphia, where you had Saquon Barkley, massive offensive line, Jalen Hurts, a very mobile QB, the tush push, and that was a very run dominant team. They occasionally throw the ball downfield to guy. He had two really good receivers that they occasionally got the ball to, and Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, and the Philadelphia Eagles. But for the most part, the Eagles morphed into a um, ground attack, an elite ground attack that played a huge part in them getting to the Super Bowl. Now, what how that offense is going to morph with the Saints, we're gonna find out real soon against against an Arizona team that I think is looks really good on paper right now, because they went out in the off season, went pretty much they catered heavily to their defense and to upgrade their defense. And they went out and signed Josh Sweat, player that's very familiar with Jonathan Gannon during that time in Philadelphia, because Gannon was the defensive coordinator for the Eagles during their previous Super Bowl appearance when they played the Chiefs the first time. So they know each other from there. And Josh Smith's coming off a huge year. I believe he had 11 sacks with the Philadelphia Eagles, signed with the Cardinals. They also bringing back Calais Campbell, who also had a previous stint with the Cardinals when he first started his career. Also have Davin Tomlinson, another stout defensive player. Will Johnson, the cornerback they drafted in the second round of the NFL draft, who a lot of people are believing that could be a steal for that team because Will Johnson was at first. It was Will Johnson was like a top 10, top five pick because I in some of my mock drafts that I did during that time, I had mocked Will Johnson to the Saints. But his injury was a concern for a lot of teams, and he fell to the second round, and the Cardinals drafted him. So he looks good. He, based on what I'm hearing, he looks like a steal for that team. And also you got Marvin Harrison Jr. He comes into this game. A lot of people are expecting more out of him. Last year, I thought he had a solid year as a rookie. It wasn't anything close to what Malik Neighbors did, but I thought his rookie campaign was solid. 800 yards receiving, TDs, I believe 9 touchdowns. If I'm not mistaken. He had a solid rookie campaign. It just wasn't what people were expecting. You know, playing with Kellen Moore, a guy that can clearly spin it, can get the ball downfield to his receivers, and where he was taken in the draft. I know a lot of people expected more, especially if you play fantasy football. But it is what it is. But that's a guy that the Saints gonna have to account for in this game. Marvin Harrison Jr. You know what I mean? The Cardinals also have a stout running attack. You know about Kyler Murray and his mobility coming off an ACL from last season. From based on the reports, he didn't really run as much last year, but they're expecting him to get back to that type of quarterback this upcoming season. You know, James Conner, I know, had a quiet season last year where he was very productive. Didn't A lot of people didn't talk about it, but he was very productive last season as a starting running back. And Trey McBride, who's a really good tight end. He this team does have elements that the Saints struggle with in the past. Mobile QB and Kyler Murray and an elite tight end. Also are a average, a mid to solid tight end that the Saints struggle with. And they have one in Trey McBride who had a huge year last year. And that huge year turned into him getting paid. You know? So it was a lot to unpack in this game. A lot of storylines, a lot of things that people are gonna be looking at that could play a huge part in this game. And based on the injury report that came out today, it's a very thin report for the Saints, but um the biggest news of the day was Trey Young, not Trey Young, Chase Young, could possibly miss the game this Sunday because of a calf injury that he suffered yesterday. According to the reports, everything checked out fine in that aspect, but that's still not giving him the green. It may not give him the green light to play. We'll see how it all play out this upcoming Sunday against the Cardinals. But so that would be a huge loss if Chase Young is not available to play this Sunday against the Cardinals, especially when you have a quarterback like a Kyler Murray who can take off if he needs to, you know. And we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Alontae Taylor is expected to play in this game. He had not practiced. He returned to practice, I believe, yesterday. He was out since August. So he's back. I don't think Trevor Penny is gonna play. He didn't participate in practice for and Anthony Young out for the year. Um It's the Cardinals player. Well, this is all the Saints players right here, but we'll see how it all play out, man. But Huge matchup. Huge matchup to get things going for the Saints upcoming season. And I haven't really decided on who I'm going to pick for the winner of this game. My prediction score. I know Chase Young's availability is going to have a huge factor in that. Because I think with him on the field, it gives the Saints a chance to improve their chances of winning this game against a team like the Cardinals. Really want to see how Brandon Staley is going to game plan if he does not have a edge rusher like Chase Young to deal with Colin Murray and go from there. But in the beginning, I thought the Cardinals could have won this game, but based on things I'm finding out about them, about their roster, their quarterback Colin Murray, maybe you can get him. You can get him on one of those off days where he goes out there, throw a few turnovers, and the Saints, get the ball back, have some, have a short field to work with. You capitalize with some touchdowns, not field goals. You may come out and win this game, but we'll see how it all play out, man. This Sunday between the Cardinals and the New Orleans Saints, 12 o'clock kickoff at the Caesar Superdome. So there's that. All right, I'm out. I'm out. See y'all.